what integrations do you find bring fast value to organizations?
We'll start off, Ken.
Yeah, and if we're talking about fast, we want to have something that you can interact with the data that you have already, and something that's fairly out of the box. You just install it and go. Some of these might be a marketing plugin, or for example, Sugar's customer journey plugin, which allows you to move your customers along a path. Also, Sugar Hint, again, integrate any kind of plugins or integrations that can exist with your data as it is.
Yeah,
Now,
so that makes a, sorry, Ken, but that makes a really good point. You know, there's two types of things here that we're really talking about when it comes to integrations. You have, you know, there's pre-made solutions, plugins, and then there's larger integrations where we're leveraging individuals like yourself or Chris to do, you know, to connect to other platforms or other solutions and pull data from it. Maybe give us a high-level overview of, you know, where somebody, how you would tell the difference between those two things, where you would need to invest in a more robust connection, or have a plugin or look for plugins for it.
Well, the first thing you're going to look for is to see if a plugin exists for that other piece of software that you want to tie together. For example, things like QuickBooks will have numerous different options of how you could get that data in and out of Sugar. Whereas if you have a house-built ERP or a order system that you have, there's not going to be anything that you can use to bring that data in just by installing it. You'll need to build something or rely on a partner or some technology advisor to build that for you. And that could be using extending the Sugar's code, or using Sugar Integrate, which is a new tool, or some other ETL software like Talend, which we have used in the past. So really the question is, does it exist, right? And if you can find something that already exists for the product that you want to integrate with Sugar, chances are that's going to be cheaper and more reliable if it exists.
Yeah, I think the thing nowadays, especially now that Sugar's rolled out Sugar Integrate, you know, Sugar Integrate really has most of the, you know, top popular, most used kind of tools that businesses use nowadays, whether that's things like Slack or QuickBooks or, you know, even SAP, NetSuite type of, you know, enterprise applications that it's able to hook into and connect to. And the nice thing about Integrate as well is, you know, the days before that, you know, we would use like an ETL tool like Talend, and you kind of have to figure out, okay, what is the API that this particular program has? Does it have the endpoints that we need for, you know, pulling or pushing an account or a contact or a customer? You know, does it have all the data that we're going to require to either pull into the CRM, or does it have the data that we actually want to plug into it that we're going to have in the CRM? And kind of trying to figure those things out. And the nice thing about Integrate now is that for all those applications that it has that it can plug into, you know, it can get those libraries of what those endpoints are and what they require and what they can and can't do fairly quickly. So there's not a lot of research you've got to do nowadays on that. But when you have things like even homegrown systems where, you know, you can either have those APIs or you have to be built out, kind of have to decide, okay, is there going to be something like Integrate that's going to plug and play to it fairly quickly, or are we going to have to build the integrations ourselves using an ETL tool, and even possibly even just build out the APIs on the other end? Like, for example, we've got one customer right now that's wanting to do an integration with the CRM, and they want to push to their homegrown system that they have for, you know, handling their license management. They don't have the APIs for that right now, so it's not like we have a tool that can quickly, you know, push that in or pull what their API library is. So they're gonna have to build that themselves and then decide, hey, do we want to, you know, build this integration ourselves or use a tool that can plug and play and pull from what we have existing for our APIs and do it a little bit quicker.
Yeah, that makes good sense. So Sugar Integrate then is essentially, for lack of a better term, it's a software that just helps you integrate other solutions to your CRM.
Yeah, it's a rapid way to essentially take what you have in Sugar or you have in other applications and tie the two together. Because that really, at the end of the day, I think is the biggest driver for having user adoption. If users just have a CRM as another one of their applications that they have to use as a part of their job, and they have to go into each one of those to either find the information or put in the information, and none of it is ever synced together, it's not tied together, they don't have any good picture of the overall, data set that they want to see. It really is hard to kind of get user buy-in at that point.